Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Dhena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. So how many of you came to the Harinam on Friday? So what were for the setup of the Harinam and the way that we were doing everything in the mini festivals, what are the parts that you like the best? And what are the places where you see room for improvement?
I like the new chalkboards we got, like the drawing. They look really good.
That was fantastic.
I like the people, like those people. When the kirtan was, when the kirtan was playing, the people started dancing in the front.
Yeah.
And where the lights were.
Yeah.
I also like the lights coming.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
Could you hear him back then?
No.
Oh yeah.
That he said that he liked that people who stopped on the sidewalk were getting involved with Krishna consciousness. And then he said the room for improvement. He saw that a lot of the kids were just walking up, handing the book, and he felt there could be some more refinement in their approach. Is that what you meant? Yeah.
Never mind.
Yes. Who's keeping notes? You keeping notes? Okay, Sherry's keeping notes. We'll keep the notes of all of the things that work well and where there's room for improvement, so each time we can make some improvements. Go ahead, Balaram.
I like the part like there's another separate book table with like a nice sign so people can stop over there.
The sign that says free books?
Yeah, and it's going to be like saving like like the improvement is that some people like want to play yard and so they want to like go through the sidewalk, but they're not able to because of the big crowd around it and transportation.
They have to walk out in the street and stuff like that, right? Yeah, so that's something we have to be aware of. Get through. Saw that also. Yeah. Yeah, that's really nice. They come in and they start dancing. Yeah.
Distribution in one event.
Book distribution at the same time.
And I think that whenever like one person is trying to distribute a book, another person is doing right? And sometimes might like disturb the person who changes the topic.
Oh, so you saw that sometimes the devotees were distributing books and somebody else would come in and cut in? Yeah, so that's something we can talk about right now really quick, and that is when we're all out distributing books, that's, you don't need to, unless you're asked to, you should try to help the other person, and you shouldn't also try to come in and start giving your own presentation. I always mention this when I take devotees out because I have a certain rhythm, and the rhythm is really important. And then when somebody else introduces something, like for example, like if I'm talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden somebody sticks a card at them and says, "Here, take this," or "Hey, by the way, we have a program on Sunday." It disrupts the whole thing. That's what you're talking about, right? Does everybody understand that? What did you hear? What we just said? Yes?
When sometimes people like change the topic of what a person is distributing.
Hey Ram, where are you going? He wants to be on Sankirtan. Haribo Ram. Everyone say Haribo Ram.
Haribo Ram.
Jai Ram.
Jai Ram.
Ram, get ready. We're all going on Sankirtan, and you're the main man, okay? Haribo! Haribo! You ready, Ram? He's had his first grains. He's ready to get out on book distribution. I think he's going to be big. I'm predicting. Okay, go ahead. Who was talking? Yes.
So when someone there's distributing. So when someone is distributing the books and like another person comes in and changes the topic, the
Yes.
person who is listening gets diverted and starts, oh really, where's the Sunday feast and everything.
That's right. Did you hear it? What we were saying up here? Can you repeat it? The topic we were just talking about? Just to repeat one more time, we're talking about how when somebody's distributing a book, then don't come in and intervene. You know what intervene means? It means to cut in when somebody interferes. Cut in when. Okay, let's hear your point. Go ahead, Nitai. A lot of mics in here. Okay, go ahead. We're listening. We're listening and interested in what you have to say. The new books. Which new books? Yes. And which other? Perfection of Yoga. Chant to be happy. So you like distributing those books? These ones? Yeah, very good. Did you give some bands out to people? Okay. Very good. Nice points. Okay, wait. We'll come to you in a minute. Want to get some new ones? Yeah.
I like like Natai said, I like the way the bands work, is that we can attract people, and the bands in the lollipop are really good at attracting people, and then you can talk with them and have a mini conversation, and like 66% of the time,
66.
music will believe it.
Wow, that's pretty good. Very scientific. Bands and a lollipop. Okay.
I say lollipop and sweets.
Lollipop and sweets.
Lollipops attract kids, and then the kids come with their band, and then we can go and distribute.
You got a little trap going on there, huh? Okay, yes? Is everybody listening? Okay, when I say three, listen. 1, 2, 3, listen. Okay. Go ahead, and you're coming right up, Nima. All right, go ahead, Nima. Well, you like the pink color ones? What flavor are they? What flavor is it? Watermelon? Cherry? What? It's strawberry. Well, no wonder you like it. That's a revelation. All right. So, pink lollipops, right? Okay. I think we could spread Krishna consciousness pretty far around the world with pink lollipops. It's a very good observation. Thank you very much. Very important. Who is next? You've been waiting. And then Vantika.
So then, like, one time when someone was doing kirtan, like, people were like going around on each other's shoulders, and
Yes.
some other people joined in.
Yeah. You like that? The people, they're dancing and other people want to jump in, right? So,
Like they were doing like a train of
around.
and then some other people
Yeah.
started.
From the people just walking by, they joined in too, right? Very good. Vantika? Oh, you had a point. Please go ahead.
I think the Prashadam was a really big attraction because I saw that many people who needed the food came in, they sat down to eat, and then they stayed for the rest of the kirtan. And then more people saw that there was Prashadam, and then they came and stayed for the rest of the kirtan.
Good point. Yeah, Prashadam is a big attraction. What do you got, Avantika?
It's also about prashadam. So a lot of the people I met on book distribution, they were really interested that it was like a sweet from India, and they got attracted.
Oh, they like that, huh?
and, like, the different
That's good to know. Very good. Priya?
So what I liked was, it was kind of an interesting dynamic when people started dancing in the front. More people seemed to gather around and watch, especially when the youngsters were, taking part in it. And I was just seeing that even more the dancing in the back, having that space up front made it like, oh, anybody can come and participate and
Yeah.
just welcome to all.
Yeah.
And I just felt like there was more of an influx during that time when people, when there was someone up front that people were like, oh, hey, I can do this too.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I thought.
So one thing we talked about during the festival was really engineering the space so that people will feel more free to jump in and dance. Like you talked about making more space in the front, maybe moving the Harinam back just a little bit. And also in the back, which is a good space for dancing, maybe if we had like a sign back there that said, everyone welcome, free dancing. Never miss a chance to dance. And just have it like really inviting, and maybe there's a pathway. Because I know if any women wanted to join the women back there, there's no way for them to get back there. So maybe if we leave a row, like a clear path, maybe chalk it off or something like that so they can go back and join. That would be really good. Okay, yes?
I thought, like, during the kirtan, we should pass around the mic, like, for other people to, like, sing. Because it makes it more interesting.
Yes, you liked it when we passed around the mic so others can sing. I like that too. Okay, yes? 1, 2?
Maybe you should make a sign with like free prasadam or something, because if there's no like real sign, so nobody really goes there until people see that prasadam is being served.
Right.
So maybe you can make a sign over there or something going in the garden.
Yeah, it's possible.
Something like what they do for the chalkboard. Oh no, like
a menu.
The menu.
Okay. We're being a little low key. We're trying to stay a little low key with the prasadam because it's not exactly legal.
Wait, but are they cooking it in a kitchen that's certified?
It's a big deal to serve food in public. I mean, it just, if we ramp it up too high as a profile, then they can like say,
What about like a small menu card that?
that's possible, we could pass that around.
You have to say like there's nuts in this, so you might as well have like this sign.
It's just there's a lot of issues when you start serving prasadam food in public. People become, but I think it's a good consideration. It's one we can test out incrementally and see what happens.
With the bands in my pocket, and I was giving it, and then someone came in the circle. He just came in. I was here, and the circle was like, hello, and then we talked about the Bhagavad Gita. No, not Bhagavad Gita, chanted me happy.
Yeah, I think that you were doing really well on the book distribution. You were going around and meeting people and introducing them to the books. It was a nice experience, right? Yeah, it's very good. Oh, yeah.
I like the fact that for registration, we stopped people for books, like moving around their way. Not only with books, but also with kirtan. And when they were waiting and watching the kirtan, we also went and showed them the books. So that helped the books sell faster. And it's nice to see.
Did you know that we sold more books than ever before on this last Harinam? It was our biggest night. One thing I was thinking on college campuses, Ganapati Maharaj and others, when they have a book table, they give out little coupons, or actually they give a little card that has an explanation meant to attract them to the books. Like it tells some of the lines that we tell when we're selling the book. So when the crowd's standing around, I was just thinking it would be nice to go around and before we just approach them with the book, you hand everybody one of those things that they can read, and then they come over the table. And that, yeah, the personal notes are a good idea. That's something that Bhakti Thomas told me about, and that is that you write a personal note, and of course you mass produce it, but you sign it. And it just says, it's a note from you saying what you've gotten out of the book, and why you really are eager for them to read it and stuff like that. So there's those ideas we can implement. And then the other thing is, when we give out coupon, we hand them to people in the crowd. You can also have a thing like, 20, buy one, get one free, like a free book at the book table, and then, or 20% off until the end of the Harinam, or something like that. Just something when we hand it out, then people kind of know what we're doing. Balaram?
When we used the kids are kind of doing that by giving them the small books, but they're books and they're just giving them out and pretty small. But then we're going out of them and journey beyond, easy journey to other planets. You're just giving them out, you're not going through public
Okay. It sounds to me, tell me if you think this is valid, that we should have a little training before we go out there with all the kids. And I've seen some of the adults too who could use a little training. I mean, who couldn't? We're always all students, right? And maybe if we had a little orientation before we do the Harinam, like say if it's on a Friday, like on that Wednesday, we all meet and we have a special orientation. So we could talk about the different duties everybody's going to do. Shamalangi can lead us in that. And then we could also have some special training about how to approach people in the best way. What do you think? You like it?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
So
4,
I think so when
5.
like kids talk
Yeah.
or people talk to the devotees who are coming through the Harinam, I think that we should talk with confidence. I mean, we should talk with confidence because people will think that we actually read it and it's helped us a lot in our life. So I think we should talk with
Confidence. I had another idea. The play today, the little skit that you all did with the mind and the body, those kind of skits, maybe that one would be a little long for the street, but if we can come up with some really clear skits that are, practiced over and over again, where you have like a clear message. Like one person's the mind, the other person's like really simple. I've seen this one today, and then also that Vrindavan Priya did one before. Remember when he did that one about the mind?
He did one with the light.
I would say like really shorten it up and make it very like demonstrative, like and practiced over and over. Then we could have the kids do little like street skits. Like we'll stop at intervals, and then the kids could just jump up there, and then we'll have like a little play, and then people will gather around. Then we'll jump back in and have the kirtan again.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. And I think
So I think you should pick a play, like either the one Vrindavan did or the one you did today, that's like super clear, like a message, like 1, 2, 3. And it's kind of fast, so they don't have to wait around a lot. 2 minutes, yeah. 2-minute little skit that really gets the point across. There's a bunch of them that devotees have compiled, because the devotees have done this before in the past. And I think we should revive it here, little street skits. Okay. Yes, who was next? I said 1, 2, 3. Yes, 1, 2.
so, like, all the instruments and singing attracts more people, like, when they're getting out of the shop.
Yeah.
Straight to for all the chanting and all that stuff.
So the instruments and the chanting attract people?
Yeah.
Nice observation. Yes.
I wasn't there yesterday, but I always observed that.
No wonder I couldn't get any Ananda. Abai wasn't there. I knew I was lacking some Ananda somewhere. All right, go ahead.
I always observed that on the top of the tree there's the lights,
Yes.
and on the bottom all the kids are all dancing around on the lights.
What do you mean?
The lights on the.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see there's some new patterns too. The lights make a big difference. Who is next? You? And then, okay, go ahead. 1, 2. Yes, share. Sharing means caring.
So about the skit idea, I really like that. So we should like plan something like almost like every few months, like in the middle of the year or something. We could do like a festival where there's like skits and like there's like presentations, and people are just attracted more to like more. I've noticed I remember maybe a year ago, we had like dances and performances. Many people were gathered around that, and then they were just looking at that. So I was thinking that we could continue something like that.
Okay, so continuing the thought we had about maybe having some skits and maybe dances and things like that. And any other kind of like a Krishna conscious way of attracting them culturally to Krishna consciousness. And we can intersperse that with the chanting. Is that what you're saying? I like it. Did you go yet? Did you say yours?
No,
Go ahead.
people come in between, they're not like interested, like because
Oh,
they
they'll-
don't like in the
So
beginning,
she's saying, what if people come in between in the skit?
and they don't know what's happening.
They don't know what's happening?
We should make it like a clear enough.
Well, one thing is, with these skits, you could always, you show the skit, and actually, when people walk along the street and they see a skit, they'll definitely stop and watch. It's you don't see that every day, especially in California. And then at the end, you could have a moderator come out and say, this is what this means. This is by the way, here's a call for action, you should all do this. Can help control the mind, you can get our meditation kit right over here. Something like that, so you can finish up. It works well. People gather in fast, and the ones who come late, you snooze, you lose, right? So they come in and then they'll want to hang around and see what's going to happen next. But I think the variety is really good. 1, 2, yes. Go ahead.
I noticed one thing that when we do book distribution, we end up when a lot of people come. A lot of people, particularly kids, just end up standing around watching for the crowd to disperse, and then they go out particularly picking up people. And by that time, the people have already gone to different streets, and then they're already engaged in some other thing. So I was thinking maybe we could end up trying to more actively just pick people, not just wait for somebody to unusually just show up next to the table.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Yes, Vrindavan?
I think we should make like
You don't have to put that right next to the mouth because it picks up a lot.
I think you should make the microphone stronger so we can hear from longer way, because in Australia we went to Australia this retreat.
You went to Australia? Where do you find time to do all this stuff? Yeah?
So, and then we were like 5 miles away, and you could still hear the
5 miles away.
and you could still hear
Really?
the
Oh, that's pretty loud. Well, one thing Yeah, okay. Well, there's also...
It's actually very audible.
Where were they? Were they downtown?
Well, that's an exaggeration, 5 miles away. Probably like 1 mile.
Was it downtown? Were they doing it downtown?
Yeah,
Was it out on the beach? Was it on the beach?
It was in News over them. But like,
Okay, well, it's a little different when you're in your own space. Because when you get on the street, if you start getting too extreme, like we're already pretty extreme and nobody's said anything so far, and we do have a permit, but we also have to be careful. You start amping up too much, and people, all it takes is one complaint, and they can ruin your whole thing. But it's your point's well taken. We have put a lot into the sound system, and it is really important. It's sounding pretty good, but one thing I was thinking was it would be good to have at least one more microphone stand, another mic, because who's your point about, whose point was it about, passing around the singing? That was your point. Yeah, so we've been doing that somewhat, and if we had 1 or 2 more microphone stands, that were ready for more singers, we could just naturally rotate around rather than have to stop, take off a headset.
When you try to move stuff, the wires get
Okay.
under the carpet.
You could put that on the list. Well, let's see, I don't know, wireless, sometimes in public, there's a lot of frequencies going on out there, and sometimes they interfere, but we'll try.
I like the short ones, like when you're playing Madanga, small ones.
Oh yeah, those are really helpful, aren't they? Because it really picks up the sound.
but sometimes there's like sometimes the microphone goes off, and then the Prabhu has to do something to turn it on.
Well, that's why we have a team there. Technology is not so easy. It jumps all over the place. Well, we got a lot of help here, don't we? Okay, we'll take
I also think when
purple people.
When people first come, they don't know what everyone's singing. So I think we should have a bigger sign saying like the Mahamantra on it, because people are clapping along, but no one's really singing exactly. And I know we have like the Mahamantra on like cards and stuff, but for people who are walking by, like a bigger sign just for everyone
Absolutely.
to see.
We have to have a big Mahamantra sign. The other thing...
Yeah, but it changes. So I think
The other
we should have
thing...
something that
Oh,
says
I know.
all
The
this.
other thing... One thing is, I think we should have definitely have cards, have a big sign, and also have cards that we hand people. And on the card, it sort of like explains everything that we're doing there, plus the Maha Mantra, so they can hold it while they're standing there. And the other thing I was thinking was that we should have back a little ways, a little a display wall that people can walk by, and it tells like reincarnation. It'll have a thing. Either it could be electronic, so it's like this big screen, and they walk back there, and it's telling like how you change.
Walk through.
Yeah.
Like the
Well-
wall directories that you can touch and it'll like.
Oh, could be interactive, but I was thinking it's like an animated presentation. Either that, or we could just have like if they do at Rath Yatra, they have those big signboards that they put up, and then it tells the message of vegetarianism and also reincarnation and stuff like that. But we could have different displays, because I'm just thinking if people walk in, then they could just look at each panel and kind of get an idea of the philosophy. You got it, right? Okay. Okay, yes?
Like about the sound.
About the
The sound.
sound.
Yeah, like there's like a parking lot near the Harinam place, and like we parked there, and then I could hear it.
You could hear it
I could hear the kirtan like
a long way away. Yeah, it's pretty sweet when you can hear it coming down the. Yes?
So in the back where the parking lot is, the people that come from there and go to Pizza My Heart, I think we should have people over there to distribute books.
Okay.
Next to
So he's saying that we should have people in the back also distributing books near Pizza My Heart.
Because there are a lot of people that sit there and like eat.
There's a lot of people that sit there and eat pizza. We could give them books too, right?
Or we can go inside.
It's a good observation. Okay. Madhva?
I was saying like for the skates,
Yeah.
so we can have a small board with the summary of the skit,
Of the skit.
so they could just read, and then
Okay.
like, and then maybe we could keep the endings a secret, so they'd be interested to stay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maybe you could say, oh, if you want to watch the entire thing, you can go to this website. Or go to this page.
Do we have a website that connects to our Harinam?
We're doing the
Just now coming?
just now coming.
Okay.
But or that would, if we ever did it again, it would give away. It would give it away. So I don't
Yeah.
have an idea.
Okay.
Some great idea you guys have.
Ideas from the internet? Let's hear it.
That you have a great idea.
Oh, good. Thank you for your encouragement. Okay, we're winding down now in the ideas. Anybody in the back have any more ideas? He contributed a lot. I think you're really good at this kind of thing. Anybody back there that didn't get a chance to contribute? That's true, you're way back there. I think he beat the system. We're going to have to ask him because he beat the system. Okay, go ahead, Abai.
When you said the Wednesday thing, like sometimes people don't come on the Wednesday
Yeah,
for the orientation,
yeah.
and then what happens is they come on some Harinam on Friday, and they don't know what they're going to do.
So when should we do it then? Sunday.
You know Sunday school.
Sunday, what about Sunday, like during this time? We could have a special training. Like it'll be part of our get together when we come here. We could bring in the crew that works down there, so they're all here present, and we can give them all our ideas, and then we could like put them all up on the board, and then we'll pick the ones that we want to implement. What do you think?
Yeah.
And then we can just incrementally improve.
Actually, it's not a bad idea. It's an awesome idea.
It's not good. It's awesome. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You got to fix the rock on there. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman, hey, Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman, Nachari Armarman.